CBS's Face the Nation. What's the name of that lady who hosts the show?
Margaret Brennan.
Margaret Brennan. I would say if the White House were ranking biased by the Sunday show hosts, Margaret Brennan would be near the top. And here she is in an interview with Hakeem Jeffries this weekend that caught the eye of many people on social media. It caught the eye of some liberals who said her questions were too tough, and then some conservatives who said, "Is this the handiwork, the influence of Barry Weiss?" Here's which should just be a run-of-the-mill exchange, but really is not. If you look at recent history, Margaret Brennan questioning Hakeem Jeffries, 114C, please.
I want to ask you about something you said. You said Democrats, there are no election deniers on our side of the aisle. You said that back in January. But recently, you've been using the term rigged elections in reference to the upcoming midterms. Democrats were appalled when President Trump used language like that. How do you justify using that now? Doesn't that undermine faith for voters? You need to show up.
No, I've been using that term in the context of Donald Trump's unprecedented effort to gerrymander congressional maps in a partisan fashion all across the country in order to rig the midterm elections and deny the ability of the American people to actually decide who should be in the majority as it relates to the House of Representatives.
You know, Democrats are also going through gerrymandering and redistricting.
No. Well, Democrats are going to push back aggressively to make sure that we have fair maps across the country, not partisan gerrymandering, which Republicans have initiated in state after state after state.
Sean, does that stand out to you as uncharacteristic type of questioning a Democrat would normally get on a Sunday show?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a fair question, and it was a horrible answer. But, I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, again, this gets back to what you expect and what you don't expect. Like, Gavin Newsom should have expected a question about running. Hakeem Jeffries is like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be on my team here. So I especially from someone like Margaret Brennan, that was not a normal, like, I get why liberals are outraged because they're not used to this.
Dan, do you think that's the influence of Barry Weiss or a fluke or what?
I think it's the influence of the Ellisons to Barry Weiss. And look, that's fine. Like, balance it out. I mean, so what? Don't be afraid of it. And Sean's point, you need to have better answers.
But also, like, I got to be honest with you. This wasn't some crazy question, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like
neither of them
Brennan,
were.
I actually saw that as her as a liberal being outraged, like undermining like the narrative, like her being like, we don't do this. This is not what our side does.
That's interesting. That's an interesting interpretation.
I think there's a charge to balance this out, ask tougher questions, and they should.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America. And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.